everybody, welcome back to the channel and more. Hail Caesar here as we're getting down to the last few factions. Today we got a short one to take a little bit of a break from the last few longer ones, and that is the Burid and Zengid Syrian list of the 12th century here. So some interesting things going on. It's a very short list, more cavalry focused in some ways, but you can run a balanced force out of this. So, and then a little bit of an extra rule up here too. So let's see. So the naphtha pots are treated as other short-ranged missiles, and in addition, any unit that suffers casualties and from ranged naphtha pots has to take a missile break test. So some spicy stuff there. We start out with cavalry has to be 50% of the list, at least half, and infantry can be up to half. So we could go very cavalry heavy, if not 100%, but we could go as much as 50% infantry, so we could go up to a balanced list. On the cavalry side, at least half the cavalry have to be Turcomen, and then on the infantry side, city militia has to be at least a quarter of the infantry. Now, the typical divisions here, we have that, but with some extra caveats. So infantry and cavalry can't be mixed in the same division, except that Arab camel riding cavalry can be mixed with Arab skirmishers armed with either bows or javelins. So you got a couple restrictions there, and skirmishers could be up to half of the infantry per division. So let's jump in. Like we said, it's not a long list, but we start off with heavy infantry gulams with spears. So just your kind of bog standard heavy infantry unit, and there's nothing wrong with that as a default unit. Some lists don't even have heavy infantry, right? So that's just nice to have. Medium infantry militia, though, because we have to mostly be militia with spears. They're levies, also dirt cheap, though, so we have that to consider. We also get some medium infantry mercenaries with spears, a little bit more points there, 3 more, but we don't have levy. And then as an actual unit, which is nice, not a small unit, we just have regular infantry archers. They're medium, so usually we find that just in the light infantry category, so 24 points a pop there. So we can definitely have some solid long range for the list. We get a one of, and usually when we have those, it's just worth taking, right? Because they're usually a pretty cool unit or special enough just to have included. A medium infantry war band, so we get that wonderful 9 clash of Ghazi fanatics, just the one unit. So we get wild fighters and fanatics. Get the medium infantry save, 30 points for that one unit. Might as well take it, could be cool. Skirmishers with javelins as small units, the typical one there, although we have the one unit that we can have with naphtha, and that is where we get those fire pots, which is really cool. So again, it's a one of, pay 2 more points to maybe cause some extra panic amongst the enemy. Good stuff there. Now we could also take half of the skirmishers and give them bows for a little bit more long range firepower for another point as well. Well worth considering. The gulams as well, so another, just like with the infantry, we have the gulams here as cavalry, getting into that part now. So again, just another bog standard heavy cavalry list, but there's nothing wrong with that, right? Cheap enough on points, and we can just have a good solid template for the list, right? So we can have plenty of heavy cavalry, plenty of heavy infantry as well, but we got to have the militia on the infantry side. We got a pretty cool cavalry unit, though, the Turcomans, the light cavalry. Again, not meant for really sticking around long in combat. Get that 5 clash, and then you can see it drops to 3 sustained. Not going to last long, also with that 6+ safe, but it gives us feigned flight on a unit, which is pretty cool. And we have to have, again, a number of these Turcomans. We get the light cavalry Bedouins with spears and javelins. So here, again, a little bit of everything. Oh, we should mention too, the Turcomans have bows on the light cavalry, so we have, and also the heavy cavalry gulams, we forgot to focus on that. So throughout the list, it's not overboard on the missile weapons that we have in the list, but because it is such a short list, really, we're going to be taking these units anyway. So we have plenty of long-range firepower even on the cavalry side, so units that can do a little bit of everything. The Bedouins, in contrast, spears, javelins as small units, and 17 points a pop, so obviously quite a bit cheaper than the Turcoman ones. And then finally, the camel riders with bows, so another long-range component there, and as small units, of course, as well. These guys, though, drop 1 on the clash value, so but they do bring the bows back for 18 points for there. And then we round that all out with a general of leadership 8. So not bad at all. A fun little list that, again, we could go cavalry heavy or just outright cavalry if we wanted, but we could go with up to half infantry. And the infantry do give us some other nice solid blocks if we want to have that. So I think with this list, though, you could probably see something like 60-40, 70-30 type of lists, and just kind of having the minimum infantry components, but we do get some great units there too. So let us know, guys. Have you played in this contemporary period? Have you run the Burids / Zengid Syrian list here? How have you gone about that? Balanced or more skewed towards cavalry? Hit us up in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe as well, and we will have more Hail Caesar for you soon. Thanks for watching.